Hello, everybody. This is a quick little send out to our church family and others who may be watching this. Brent Hudson, our teaching pastor here at the Journey Church, and myself, Dave Morehouse, we were sitting talking the other day about the Orlando shootings. And we just thought it would be helpful as your pastors to take a moment and just share a few reflections with you. We know that there are so many different narratives that are around this shooting. I wrote a column for this coming week in our Times and Transcript here in the city of Moncton. And in that, I said that, there are so many different things that are going to be talked about. Was this inspired by ISIS? The LGBTQ community is still not safe. They're a targeted group. Gun control is out of control in the United States. We were also witness to the chilling reality of how social media brought us even closer into the gruesomeness of this event as text and pictures were being sent out to family members through mobile devices. Of course, there's people are asking questions about religion and violence and the connections between that. And you even have to wonder what kind of family system was around this disturbed, deranged man who would carry out such a horrendous deed. As we think about all these things, though, there's just three key words that I wanted to share with you in this moment. The first word is this, evil. What took place last Saturday night, Sunday morning, there in Orlando was evil. When deranged man takes an assault rifle and walks into any place, and in this case, this was a club, and just starts to shoot people and mow them down with no mercy whatsoever. There's no other word to describe it except to say it is evil. And it is a demonstration of sin when we look at it from a biblical point of view. The second word I want us to think about in relationship to this event is dilemma. When Brett and I were talking about this, I think that he points out, and actually I just want to read just a little part of his blog in which he writes about this, and we have it linked into our Friday email from our church. He writes this. He says, "It is sad that some Christians have placed themselves in a moral dilemma because the targeted group was gay. Apparently the reason is that they deserved it because of their sinful lifestyle choices. They see it as a Sodom and Gomorrah moment, and God used a mentally unstable pseudo-terrorist to do his dirty work. Such thinking is not Christian, but moralism in religious clothing." We had a quote a couple weeks ago in one of our messages in which we quoted Thomas Merton, in which he said this, "Our job is to love others without stopping to inquire whether or not they are worthy." You see, the only dilemma that we really are facing in this is how do we love as Jesus loved? And when I look at the stories of Christ in the Gospels, Jesus loved the prostitute, he loved the tax collector, he loved the Roman soldier, he wept over Jerusalem because he loved all of Jerusalem, he loved his disciples. Jesus loved everyone. And ultimately, we see that love by him taking our place on the cross. So as Christians, our dilemma should be, how do we show the love of Jesus in this situation? And that brings us to our third word, and that is hope. I think in times like this, it's very easy for us in the general public here in North America to become afraid and to feel things are out of control and to not know where we can feel safe. And then in the midst of that, we can start to lose hope that we can have a clear future in front of us. And when people lose hope, they start to do desperate things and make desperate decisions. Yet I think about from a Christian perspective, Jesus taught us a prayer that's filled with hope because he simply taught us to pray, "Our Father which is in heaven, hallowed be your name, your kingdom come, your will be done." As we think about this prayer that talks right at the front about God's kingdom coming, that fills me with hope. This world ultimately is in God's hands. God is carrying out his plan. God's kingdom is coming. And we, as Christians, are called to live out that kingdom hope. We are called to move forward in that hope. Even when circumstances in front of us tell us that evil is still kicking at us and striking at everyone, we are going to move forward in kingdom hope. So there you have it. Your 3 words as you continue to process this tragedy. Our heart weeps with those who are weeping right now. Again, it was evil. Our only dilemma is, how can we love like Jesus? And lastly, we need to press on with hope. God bless you all.